Shockadoobie. Calculated. Shockadoobie.
Slay.
What a save.
So funny.
Welcome, and thanks for listening to some chatter to scatter your brain and boredom on the Scattercast. First off, let's address a little bit of business. We're going to transition into being a bi-weekly podcast, as we all have a lot on our plates at the moment, and we all hate each other. Second off, you should follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere at the Scattercast. Everywhere at the Scattercast to know exactly when we're releasing our episodes. Third, welcome to our Friendsgiving episode. How are you guys doing?
Good.
I'm asking the listeners. This is when they're going to pause the podcast, scroll down, and interact with the poll or whatever. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care about the listeners. How are you guys doing, though?
You don't care about our listeners? Tony King.
You don't care about the
I care about some of them.
Sean's family and friends, so I feel like we should maybe be somewhat nice to them.
Be nice
No,
to them.
I care about Sean's friends and family.
Sean
a little
Yeah,
less.
me
I don't
somewhere
know.
in there. Not yeah. Wait, so what's in everybody's guzzle goblets?
Oh my gosh.
My guzzle goblet has some Urban Tree blueberry cider because that's what was in the fridge.
Yum.
My guzzle goblet has a Tom Collins with some blueberry syrup that I put in there, and I think that was a mistake because it might be a little too... I think instead of doing simple syrup and blueberry syrup, I should have just done the blueberry syrup, but too late now, and I'm going to drink it.
Just pour more alcohol in it.
Sounds good.
And Allie's guzzle goblet is Cheerios, I think.
Marshmallow Mateys.
Oh,
that sounds even worse.
Off-brand of Lucky Charms,
nice.
which are superior to Lucky Charms.
Is it really?
In my humble opinion, but I might be biased because I grew up on them, so...
Oh, I'm so curious. Now I want to try them. Well, today, and by today I mean just like about 10 minutes ago, made, for the first time ever, homemade butterbeer.
Ooh.
My own recipe.
Yeah.
And it was
Your own
pretty good.
recipe.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. I did a lot of research, and I took from recipes things that I liked from their recipes, because I never, love the Universal Studios butterbeer. It's not what I pictured it was going to taste like when I read the books and watched the movies. So I, took from some recipes and then conglomerated it into my own recipe.
And it turned out well?
Yeah, it tasted really good.
Nice.
What do you guys like to have for Thanksgiving?
You didn't even ask them how they were. We haven't heard.
I already asked. Okay,
well, we haven't heard.
Sean, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Actually, fuck you, Allie. How are you doing?
I'm also good. I went climbing again yesterday, and my left bicep is very sore because I fell multiple times. I slipped multiple times and was only holding on with my left arm, and it's just quite sore.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, changing fell to slip is kind of like a guy saying he passed out instead of fainted. So I'm not going to give you that
I
one.
didn't fall off. I caught myself, but the only thing I was holding on by was my left arm.
You should warm up by doing one arm pull-ups. So then
I actually did 2 pull-ups the other day.
So
I've never
with
been
one
able
arm?
to do, no.
Oh, okay.
No, not one arm.
Why would you think one arm?
I've always been able to do a few chin-ups, but I've never been able to do
Pull-ups are
before.
different.
I fucking did 2 the other day. And I was like,
Nice.
There you go.
what? And I haven't even been working out. I was and I
We're
had
already
this
really
weight.
setting the standard for exercise for the Scattercast, because I don't think the other 3 of us exercise at all, especially Sean.
Not yet.
I walked to the
Especially
liquor
Sean.
store today, and
Oh my
I helped went to my professor's house and built a table.
You built a
Nice.
table.
Well, really, I just stood around while he built the table, but it was fun.
Yeah.
On a side note, I was going to say in gymnastics, one of our conditionings that we had to do was hold a pull-up to the chin position for a minute.
Oh,
That's a long time.
It was
damn.
hard. So now when I can barely struggle to get one pull-up, I'm like, wow, that's embarrassing.
Look at how far you've fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like reminiscent of when I took the ACT 5 times. It was like so hard. It was so hard to like, I had to be quiet for like an hour. So like she had to stay up there with her chin up for a minute.
For you?
Yeah. Like I just loved the sound of my voice. I just want to talk.
I feel like you
quiet for an hour.
Yeah, I was.
I feel like that's not true.
To take that whole test.
You didn't like to talk that much in high school.
Yeah, I know. This was all a joke, guys, and y'all
it's a
didn't
really
get
bad
it.
setup.
We're really dissecting it.
I got it. It just didn't make sense.
Guys, I'm sorry. I can't be perfect.
Try again.
Try again. So that's actually kind of like when I took the ACT 5 times.
That's a lot of times to take the ACT.
And his score never improved.
I don't know. I think I took it like 3 or 4 times.
I took it 3 times.
Oh my gosh. I took the SAT once and I was like, that's it. I'm done.
I think my 2 middle few times I got the same score, and then the last time I took it, which I didn't even want to take it, but my mom was like, you should take it, and then I did, and I got like 2 points higher, so that was nice.
Yeah. I got my first score, and then I went down 1 point for my second score, and then I went up 3 points.
And 1 point is worth a lot more in the ACT, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Significantly more.
I got a 26, then I got a 25, then I got a 24, and then I got a 26 and a 26. So I was just like, screw
Tony,
it.
that was such a waste of money and time.
Well, the school paid for like 3 of them because I took ACT test prep 3 times.
For free once a year.
We had 1 free SAT, so I also took the SAT. But I had like a weirdly strong preference for the ACT, so I didn't.
I never took SAT.
Yeah, we don't take the SAT down.
I know that really I had never heard of the ACT until until I came to Mississippi, and everybody was like, "Oh, what'd you get on your ACT?" And I was like, "My what?" I took the SAT, and they were like,
"Oh, really high number," and they're like your SAT score.
I got 1,026. They're like,
that's
dang.
not very good.
I don't know what's good for an SAT. So.
I mean,
what did you get?
What did I get?
What's the highest score you can get on an SAT?
1,600.
Okay, that's what I was gonna get.
Yeah,
Talia probably got like a 800.
No, I think I got like a 1260, or I think I was in the 12s, but like the high portion of the 12s.
Nice.
The roaring 12s.
So turkey, ham, chicken, steak.
My family has a strong preference for ham, but there's always an argument because my grandpa likes to put this like brown sugar glaze on the outside of his ham.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it. But my mom is like, this is disgusting. Why would you ruin a ham with this brown sugar glaze? And I'm like,
are you saying you love it because you want inheritance, or what's going on there?
No, it tastes like brown sugar glaze. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, no, that does sound pretty good.
Over turkey, you're already doing it wrong.
No.
Bold statement, Sean.
Okay.
Turkey's the superior meat.
Turkey, dude, you want to eat a fucking piece of paper? That's turkey, bro. Turkey is so dry.
You cook it like you don't know what you're doing.
I've never had turkey that I like. I've liked turkey, but like that I would want again.
I like turkey, but I would pick ham. I would pick ham every day because
turkey has so much more like flavor
than ham.
What?
I mean, I don't hate ham. I just think ham is like okay.
Ham is way better.
I mean, I really like turkey, and I tend to choose turkey, but that's a really bold statement, and I don't think you're right, Sean.
Which statement specifically?
The ham.
How is it more flavorful?
Yeah, how is it more flavorful?
Turkey has no flavor.
Or maybe I just like the flavor. I feel like I don't know. Turkey has more depth to it.
Does like ham have gluten in it or something, guys? Like, what's going on here?
Got it.
I mean, like, it is the turkey holiday, so.
Yeah, but like, you don't have to eat turkey.
I mean, it's not. Neither of those are my favorite overall.
Like, my family's had fish a lot on Thanksgiving. We've also had duck.
I like duck, but that's a Christmas.
Well, we had duck. And this year, Talia and I are hosting Thanksgiving, our first Thanksgiving as a married couple, and we're hosting Thanksgiving for his side of the family. Yeah, for my family. And then my parents are flying us up to Virginia Thanksgiving with my side of the family and my mom's sister and her family.
That's very nice.
But on Thanksgiving Day, we're going to be here in this apartment, and we're making it, and we're making steak, or I'm making steak.
Making steak.
And I just created with the help of Talia our own steak sauce with red wine and raspberry jam.
Damn, that sounds good.
And it
was actually pretty good.
I was kind of like, dang, I don't know, like maybe it'll be like kind of good, but like it was baller.
It was really good.
No cap, it was baller.
I'm a big supporter of eating like, you know, like there's always the foods that are associated with certain holidays, right? Like that's the quintessential meal or whatever. I'm a big supporter of like non-traditional like steaks,
and yet
or,
you
like,
still choose
boil.
turkey.
I know, that's what I was about to say.
You just said turkey is like the quintessential thing.
I didn't say it was my favorite Thanksgiving food.
You just said turkey is like the quintessential Thanksgiving food. You should have it.
It doesn't mean it's my favorite.
You just said you really like it though.
I do. That doesn't make it my favorite. Why is that so?
What's your favorite? Turkey.
Just dessert. I like pumpkin pie because we have like a homemade
pumpkin pie.
What the fuck's wrong with pumpkin pie?
It's just
reaction.
It's just a little bland, I feel like.
Okay. You guys are just not eating the right food. Like that seems very clear to me now.
You're
not making stuff right. You're not like something's wrong with y'all's recipes.
Did you have my mom's pie at the wedding?
No.
Oh wait, you can't eat pie, Sean. You're eating gluten-free. What are you eating? What kind of pie crust are you eating?
That's a good point.
They have gluten-free ones, but sometimes I just eat the normal one because like it's a holiday.
So you could have had gluten at our wedding because it was a holiday, but you didn't.
But I wanted to be present for the moment.
Fair. But at Thanksgiving, that's a great way to get out of like awkward politics at the Thanksgiving dinner table.
What?
Eat gluten.
Sorry. I feel so bad. I'm going to the bathroom.
So bombed out from gluten.
Either way, my mom makes phenomenal pies. I just have a preference for other pies over pumpkin pie.
That's fair. What are your favorite pies?
Apple crumbly pie. Pecan pie is really good.
Pecan pie.
Coconut cream is a good one too, I think.
Oh, I do like coconut. Have you ever had banana cream pie? That's good.
Maybe once or twice. Yeah, that's a good one.
I
think my favorite might be a simple cream pie. That's what she said.
Sugar cream pie? Sugar cream pie is good.
Cream pie.
Oh, those are good. Chocolate cream pie is really good. You got something to say, Sean?
No. Absolutely not.
We're all very mature here on the Scattercast.
Yes,
all but one.
Sean. Let's rate ourselves by least mature to most mature. Sean at the bottom. I'll put myself. No way. I'll put myself third. I'll put Allie second.
No.
Talia is the most mature.
I agree with the top two, but you and I are swapping.
No way. No way, dude.
I gotta hear their votes.
Yeah, Allie, what are you putting out here?
I'm sorry, Tony.
How am I immature? What makes me immature?
Your jokes.
Oh yeah, but there's other aspects of maturity. Come on now.
Ow.
You do have a job and you're married, so you've got those two things on.
Thank you. I do. So that would put me third. There you go.
She still said you were last.
Jokes wise, I'm like fourth, sure, which makes me the funniest. And then, but reality wise, I'm at least third.
You're not making a good case for yourself.
I know. I'm just fucking around.
I don't know.
Talia, what's your ranking over here? Choose
Be careful,
wisely.
Talia. You have to live with him.
She's biased, yeah.
She's not biased at all. What's your unbiased ranking?
I think.
Come on.
I think.
I'm curious.
She's thinking real hard. She's like, what do I think? What do I actually believe? And what am I going to actually say?
Here's the thing. I know Tony significantly better than I know Sean.
True.
And Tony is very mature. It's just the persona that he puts on sometimes with friends and like the jokes he says are very immature. So it's a hard rating because I would probably rate you near the top.
Near the top? Come on now. I guess we're talking maturity, not responsibility, but all right.
Okay, you're at the bottom now.
We're not talking humble.
No.
Tony,
I'm causing drama.
Sean,
okay, that's what this is all about.
Talia, Allie. I don't know.
Allie? Allie's not more mature than you, bro. She just said she loves
know.
cream
Allie at the
pies
bottom.
on the podcast.
I don't think I'm at the bottom.
I wouldn't
Guys,
count
just because
myself.
I've never had a job doesn't mean I have had multiple jobs.
Yeah, I was gonna say what?
Yeah, wait, hold
I've
on.
had quite a few jobs.
I don't know that I would put myself at the top.
Tony, I think we should put the gals at the bottom.
Honestly, yeah, and me at the top.
Mr. Self-proclaimed Rocket League team captain.
Oh my god.
If I'm the best one, I'm the leader. And I'm the loudest. So, guys, that makes me the leader.
There it is. There's the real reason.
A natural born leader is often the loudest.
Well, you guys.
That's why I used to call myself the shadow leader of my friend group.
You're definitely not the most mature.
Talia?
The shadow leader?
This was when she was in junior high.
Yeah, gosh, Sean, I was in middle school. And I was like, because I'm not, like, loud, and I never will be a loud person. But I was, like, manipulating people in the background.
Oh my god. The more I know about you, Talia.
You're the one behind the curtain pulling the strings. That's real power.
You are the Wizard of Oz.
Shadow leader, baby.
Yo, get this. Allie, do you remember like a few months ago or something when you were like diagnosing me with cluster headaches or some shit?
Yeah.
So get this. Yesterday night we go to the movie theater and we see we go to Hunger Games, Songbirds of Ballad and Snakes.
Mixed reviews. I really enjoyed it. I'm also very sentimental to the series in general. Tony did not like it.
It was not my cup of tea. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I thought the guy who played Snow did a really good job.
He did do a really good job. The actress for like the main girl,
Lucy Gray.
Not only is the actress like she's okay and her accent wasn't very good, but Lucy Gray in the story itself is a bit of like a pick-me. So
yeah, but like the movie was well made. I thought it was like
I enjoyed it.
It felt really long. But like again, I do think the guy who played Snow did a really good job.
I would have
There's
given
people thirsting on the internet over him.
He's a good-looking guy. He for half the movie he looks straight up like Draco Malfoy cosplay, which is really funny.
He's not as thin.
Not as thin, I know, but like okay, he's like a buff Draco Malfoy for like half the movie.
Oh no!
Worlds, yeah.
Anyways, so like after sometimes when I go to the movies, I get like a little headache.
A little headache.
And let me tell you, it's a little bit more than a little headache because it kind of sucks ass.
It's a migraine.
It's a migraine. So like, I get that stuffy nose, like you were saying a few months ago, stuffy nose, but I also get stuffy ears or whatever, like you know, off a plane. And then I can't eat, like I have loss of appetite, and then I get like neck pain. So you're a medical student. Treat me. Make me feel better.
Pain. Do you get pain behind your eye at all? Or
yes.
your eye?
Yes. The fucking lights suck ass, dude.
Like you physically feel pain behind your eye?
I do.
Is it on both sides of your head or is it only one side of your head?
So my eyes hurt like in the back. It's right there.
Oh, it's both eyes.
Yeah, both eyes. And then, but the main like headache pain is at the very top.
Mm. And the lights bother you?
Mm-hmm. A lot.
Do you get nauseous at all?
I get like sort of nauseous, but like not to the point where I'd throw up.
That sounds more like a migraine than a cluster headache, because cluster headaches I think are usually unilateral, but if you have it on both sides and you also have the photophobia, it isn't. But the stuffy nose.
Tony's just having multiple headaches at once.
Yeah. They kind of teach us like the cut and dry presentation. So, but yours isn't necessarily cut and dry presentation. So I'm not entirely sure, but it does sound like migraines.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different like prophylactic medications you can take that'll decrease the number that you have, like the frequency that you have them if you talk to your doctor. And there's also medications that you can take.
You're my doctor.
I'm not allowed to give medical advice.
You're giving me medical advice right now?
I didn't give any advice. Anyway, go to the doctor. There's multiple medications that could possibly help you.
Well, Allie, I gotta admit, you're the closest thing I have to a doctor because I haven't.
You have a father-in-law.
Okay.
Who is a doctor?
That's fair. I've not talked to him about anything like that though. But I haven't had a physical since before I was 18.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't.
You haven't had a physical since when?
Before I was 18.
Ooh,
Bro.
you should go to the doctor.
Yo, but my physical, I'm sure, is way better than it was when I was 18. So let's go.
What do you mean?
Well, because I'm not consuming 4 bottles of Coke every day anymore.
Yeah, that's probably.
You should get set up with a primary care physician.
I do eventually, yeah.
If you have insurance.
And her name is Allie.
Oh my god.
We do remote calls.
I am not a doctor. I can't prescribe anything.
Listeners,
I can't diagnose.
No matter what Allie says, she is a doctor.
We're all very impressed by your knowledge.
Just being modest.
I'm not.
See, I mean, look at her. Like, she can't even.
They can't see me.
Well, if you live anywhere close to where Allie will live when she's a professional doctor, choose her as your doctor because she will do a great job.
She doesn't.
The future.
I don't. It doesn't sound like she wanted to go into like.
No.
Like
whatever field, whatever job she has, whatever MD she has, whatever her field is, and you see Allie, go for Allie. Bro.
Yeah, she does. You didn't want to do. You wanted to do like prenatal, right?
OB-GYN. Yeah.
All right, if you need an OBGYN over there, when Allie settles down in some place and starts practicing as an OBGYN, and you need an OBGYN, choose her.
She'll open you right up.
We'll put her address.
She needs the money.
You know, not her office, but her personal address, so you can like go right to the source. What was that?
It's me calling the baby out.
Oh, I think you need a few more years of practice. That was a little violent.
It looked pretty good to me.
Okay.
Talia's a woman. She knows better than you guys.
My opinion matters.
Well, guys, I think it's about time we kick off the episode, and I'd like to kick off this episode in Friendsgiving fashion.
Woo!
With some of our friends.
Woo!
Woo! I have gathered some sound bites, and each one is a challenging, personalized "Would you rather" by one of our friends.
Oh my gosh!
Based.
First up, well, I'm not going to say who's going, but because you'll know.
Well, you can hear the voice.
All right, listen up, folks.
Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. My question for you is, would you rather every movie that exists and will exist replaces the lead role with Owen Wilson, or every song that exists and will exist is performed by Britney Spears? Miss you guys. Look forward to hearing your answers.
King.
Shout out Mateo.
Yay.
Woo.
It's a good question.
That.
It's a good question.
This one's pretty easy for me.
I think I would go with Owen Wilson.
I was also thinking Owen Wilson.
I'm not thinking Owen Wilson.
Because I actually like Owen Wilson, and I like music better than movies. So
I think I listen to a lot more music than I watch movies, and he didn't. Yeah. He specified movies, so like TV shows and such.
Yeah, TV shows are still
wouldn't be. And he's only the lead. He's not like every character.
Mm-hmm.
But like imagine Harry Potter saying "wow" or whatever. You know, like
who said that wouldn't improve it?
We can dream, okay?
So you'd rather Britney Spears?
So, well, considering that I want to make movies as a living, I like Owen Wilson. I'm sure is a nice guy, but like I want some nuance, you know. And like I do think that would kind of eliminate like some, you know, female representation and things like that, people of color, anything like that.
You just get sex changes for every role.
That's
oh my god!
No.
Snip.
Doesn't that eliminate female representation in the music industry?
Well, see, the thing is,
you mean male?
I'm saying my industry.
Owen Wilson's not singing the songs. Yeah.
See, what I'm saying is, I think it would be kind of funny to hear like Britney Spears on Ass and Titties or something. So like, you know.
Yeah. You got me there.
Yeah, so I've convinced Allie, so we're split right down the middle. Let's go. Britney Spears is singing every song. And you know what? We get a tag on every song. It's Britney, bitch. That's like Scattercast, like lore right there.
That's pretty good.
Guys, come on.
I'm sticking with Owen, but I respect your choice and your reasoning.
I think I could switch. I don't listen to music all that much.
That this is marriage right here. I convince her that I'm right and she agrees.
Sometimes. She didn't about the maturity thing.
She's going to tell me differently after the podcast. She's going to be like, no, Tony, it's okay. I think you're mature. I know it for a fact. Well, thanks, Mateo, for sending in that Would You Rather.
Thanks, Mateo.
Thank you, Mateo.
Love hearing your voice.
Miss you too, man.
Yeah.
Tony wishes you were in his bed.
Well, sometimes for sure. All right, next up.
All right, guys. Would you rather lick Austin Butler's bald head from Dune 2 or Tom Blythe's shaved head from Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes?
Okay, I do have pictures for you guys to look at.
Yeah, I gotta look.
So
I was going to say, I don't know.
This is Austin Butler in Dune 2. Would you rather lick this bald head?
That looks pretty clean.
Or his shaved head from the Hunger Games?
I'll be honest.
Definitely first guy.
It's an easy choice for me because I cannot stand the feeling of hair. So the bald guy.
Yeah, I don't want to lick someone else's hair. I feel like a head is probably pretty okay if I have to lick something.
Allie, do you like licking hair? Is that something you're into?
She chose the man.
He looked bald in the photo.
No, he's got
bald.
No, he's got like a buzz cut.
Oh, I would still choose option 2 because he's pretty.
He is pretty.
Yeah, well, something else to consider is that Austin Butler's not only bald, but he's probably wearing like paint. So, like, can we taste the paint on his head?
He looks dusty in that photo.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I would take hair over paint.
But the Blythe guy over here in Hunger Games, he's got his hair dyed, so he's got some paint on his head too. So,
no, it's bleach. So
that's even worse.
The bleach is all washed out.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, Allie. I'm bringing in controversy.
I'm going with hair. If not, I'm going with baldy.
I'll be honest, I will still take paint over hair. I do not like the feeling of hair.
Yeah, I'm going
especially if little loose hairs come out onto my tongue. I hate it.
Has this been a problem you've had before?
This is interesting.
Having hair in my mouth or on my body is a really, like, loose hair specifically from anybody, even myself, on my body. I cannot stand it. It's a really big pet peeve of mine. I don't like it.
That is true.
I don't like it. If it's like promised not to come out, it's debatable.
Hair can't promise that.
Exactly. So, bald guy.
That's fair. That's fair.
What about you? You haven't given your answer.
No, I bald guy for sure.
Oh.
100%.
How come?
Oh, I guess I don't want to lick hair. That's just a little weird.
I think they're both a little weird. But
you're licking someone's head either way. Like, weird is part of the equation.
I mean, okay, technically, if you like tongue kiss somebody, you're licking somebody's head. So.
No.
If you give a blowjob, you're licking somebody's head.
That's true.
Allie, you're going down on the maturity ranking over here. Come on.
No, wait,
I put you at the bottom.
I didn't know it was still going, guys.
Always going.
Well, thanks, Jordan. We loved hearing your voice.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
We love you.
All right. Are you guys ready for the next one?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, it's Paige. Would you rather be a golden retriever in an upper middle class family or Benji with all the implications that carries? Okay, bye.
No way.
What a good question, Paige. Thank you.
Seeing as Benji was abandoned by two moms before he found his true mom, I think I'd rather be a golden retriever.
How many times has Allie abandoned Benji, though?
Not Allie.
Here's an important thing, though.
What?
The two moms he had before.
I know, but Allie's also abandoned Benji.
No, she hasn't.
Well, she's gone on trips and left him there.
Oh.
And he hated it.
That doesn't count.
I just want to point out, upper middle class is all well and good, but like we know that Allie is nice and a good owner. We have no idea who these upper middle class
See,
owners
like,
are, so I'm going Benji.
That's
I mean,
fair.
if you're earning like enough money to be upper middle class, you got to work hard. And what you're doing when you're working hard is not being at home. And what do dogs need? Somebody at home. So what are you doing? You've got a dog sitter or
but
something
upper
like that.
middle
It's
class
not the life that you
people
want. You
tend
don't
to
feel
have,
loved.
Like stay-at-home moms.
Whoa, it can be a stay-at-home dad too.
Okay, but if we're talking the typical upper middle class,
But then he's got to deal with like snotty kids who like don't know how to act around a dog and who like mistreat the dog or something.
also,
like,
would I rather be
come
a
on
cat
now.
or a dog? I would rather be a cat.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
gotta
this might
say,
be a pro or con. Benji gets to see me naked every day. So
Pro,
that might swing
huge
your
pro.
opinion one way or the
Switching to
other.
golden retriever.
Wow.
You're welcome.
I have got to say, I just don't want to live with you, Allie.
Final answers. I'm Benji.
I think
Team Bonge.
That's kinda sus,
might
Sean,
be
I'm
changing to
sorry.
Benji too, because that means I get to hang out with Allie every day.
We get cuddle at night.
I love cuddling. I love sleeping.
He just
I'm
sleep all
going-
day.
Yeah, I feel like
He
being a
does.
cat, yep. being
And
a
she's
cat would
gonna
cool.
be a doctor? That's a good life right there.
Yeah, she'll have a ton of money when she pays off her student loan debt. To buy
she'll be upper
Have
middle
you-
class.
Wait, hold up. Have you seen all the toys that she gets, Benji?
That's true.
Easy.
It's an
And she
expensive
can-
amount.
Spoiled.
She can knit catnip toys.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Huge
Maybe
pro.
get high. Yeah. Great.
I
Yeah,
would
I'm fine,
choose the golden retriever.
I'm also choosing the golden retriever. Golden retrievers are so happy all the time. All Benji does is meow, 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 whine, and whine, whine. Like I don't know if he's
True.
happy. Like,
I
come
did
on.
grow up with 3 golden retrievers, not at the same time, but they were
You
all
did?
very happy, wonderful dogs. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think
Dogs
I
and
knew
cats.
that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Jesse, then Joe and Woody.
Aw.
Your dog's name was
Jesse.
Jesse, and then you lived with a guy named Jesse.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's spelled differently though. Jessie was a girl, I.E.
Hey, Jesse. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Jesse, how do we know the words? They're on the screen.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Paige, for sending in that
Thanks,
lovely
Paige.
Would You Rather.
Thank you,
Paige.
Paige. Love you.
We've got one more to go, and it's a long one. All right,
Oh,
so listen patiently. All right, because it is
I've been told it's about 2 minutes.
It's about 2 minutes
Oh my
long.
god.
What?
And this is coming from our number one fan.
Let's go.
Is it Luke?
Yes.
Of course.
Would you rather have to run? Would you rather have to run a marathon every year until you turn 30?
Oh god.
The day you run the marathon will be randomly selected, but it will not fall on a federally recognized holiday or on any of your friends' birthdays. There is no completion time requirement, but you will be chased the entire race by a randomly selected primate from the local zoo or nearest zoo to the city the race takes place in. The primate could be a silverback gorilla, chimpanzee, orangutan, or lemur, among others. The animal's only objective is to catch you, but their motives are unknown. So in the event that they do catch you, we do not know what will happen. You will have access to a world-class marathon training coach and an animal expert, but only for 2 and 4 total hours each year, respectively. And you are not allowed to use any weapons during the race to fend off the animal in pursuit. You are, however, allowed to listen to music during the race, but only through first-generation wired Apple earbuds.
No!
Or you have to go back to college from day one, but every time you say the word like, you are automatically restarting college again. You are required to converse with at minimum 3 people per day, so you can't just talk to nobody. You are allowed to choose your major, but it must be one that includes discussion and seminar-based classes that require you to speak in class. You are allowed to skip a maximum of 3 classes per semester, and the restriction on saying like applies to all of the time of the 4 years in college, so you are not safe during breaks or during the summer. The rule also applies to other languages. So if you take a foreign language, you also cannot say like in that language either. You also are not allowed to use the word like in any of the writings done for school. And you are not allowed to explain why you cannot say the word like to anybody.
I think I'd take the animals. I'll be honest.
I'm taking my chance with the silverback. I very much appreciate how much thought went into that, though.
Yes. I don't think I can restart college. I'm going to be honest.
I already did.
Hey, so some might say that college was the time of their lives. Some people would just go like in college.
But all good things have to end.
Like if I was turning back to 18, maybe, but I'm assuming I'm not suddenly 18 again.
I think that's up for interpretation, actually.
Yeah, but okay,
it wasn't specified.
I don't think it's possible to get through life without saying like in some manner because it's
for
not
4 years.
Because
it wasn't specified whether it was like using like how I just did, which is a filler word, not technically grammatically correct, or saying I like this, which is correct.
Or this is like
text.
Yeah, you can't use it ever.
Like you can't say it at all.
Which means like that takes out so many grammar things that we use.
Just say I prefer this instead of I like this.
This is like this.
This is similar to this.
Yeah, no more similes.
I can't live without similes.
Just use metaphors.
Now.
This is this.
This is this.
I wonder, so if you reset each time you say like, do you kind of like, is it like a roguelike game? Do you like kind of
Wow, Sean would have a really hard time with this based off that one
Sean
sentence.
literally just said like about 14
I
times.
notice it when I listen to the cast too. I say that fucking word so much.
That's probably why he sent this Would You Rather just for you, Sean.
It's probably it. He's our number one fan. He knows my speech patterns.
He does.
Your speech pattern being like.
I think like this was like a good suggestion. Like
I hated that.
I definitely go with the primate.
The primate?
Who's going with like? I mean, that's really hard. I mean, I'd really have to get training because, man, I ain't running a marathon today. But I can tell you, like...
You said it doesn't matter what time it is.
It doesn't matter what your time... I mean, but you have to go decently fast for being... I mean, look, is a gorilla
I'm just saying,
run a whole marathon?
I got a nasty right hook, and I'm gonna hit that primate, then I can take a few walking, and then once they get back up...
Let me tell you, I've taken a number of right hooks from Talia. They are not menacing.
I would rather die than have to be shot back to the beginning of college countless times.
Why? What's so bad about the beginning of college?
Do you know how annoying it would be?
Because you put so much effort into everything.
There's a right answer here,
your
Talia.
Relationships, your school,
and it's sitting right next to you.
And get shot back.
What?
Why would you want... You didn't have me at the beginning of college.
But we were in the same class. I would lose you.
Exactly. That would suck ass.
Oh.
For you.
That's why I chose primates.
The marathon.
Yeah. So guys, Luke, if you hear that right, Talia doesn't want to do the college thing because she doesn't want to lose me. It was very romantic, actually.
That's how I heard it.
Talia is so romantic.
Oh, thanks, baby.
Well, that was our first edition of Scattered Would You Rather. It was a fun time. If you're one of our friends, we want to keep doing that. It was a lot of fun to incorporate you guys here and hear what you guys came up with.
We loved having your voices on the pod.
And honestly, I think we need to introduce some competition. If you want to compete with Luke for number one fan, you've got some work to do. But we're always up for competition. Sean at our wedding said that I was super competitive. So, I like competition. Allie, don't make that face. I'm not that competitive. Well, you know what? I win.
Allie, I'm not that competitive. Let's race. And if I win, you're wrong.
Hey, I won all those races, by the way. Well, let's jump right into some internet people problems on today's edition of Scattered Advice.
It's time for Scattered Advice.
My theme today is quite obvious. Any guesses?
Thanksgiving!
Yes! It's Thanksgiving and Friendsgiving! Oh my god!
I'm shocked.
Alright, here's our first edition, our first advice segment column.
Yeah, are you sure it's the first?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it the first?
Husband barred from Thanksgiving. ... Should I go? After being threatened to be uninvited from Thanksgiving at my aunt's house for a few weeks now, it has finally happened. For context, I've spent every single Thanksgiving at my aunt's house, including flying in from out of state during my college years. Politically, I have grown up generally left-leaning, but my husband leans slightly to the right. Unlike me, my husband posts constantly on Facebook, and despite my wishes otherwise, he uses it as most would use it as a journal.
That's a red flag.
He posts
That doesn't
many.
sound like slightly right leaning.
He posts many podcasts and YouTube videos,
like
most often Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan, barely right-leaning. A few weeks ago, he posted a podcast featuring Mike Pence, and the subject matter, as far as I understand it, dealt with censorship. As she has done with many of his posts, my extremely left-leaning aunt went on a commenting storm, but this one was even more insistent because Mike Pence has a hidden past with white supremacy. I obviously don't think it's a good look, but my husband refused to take it down. This was several weeks ago, and while I don't want to completely disregard Pence's past, the subject matter did not read white supremacy to me. My aunt made it clear he would not be welcomed if he continued to have it posted, and my husband felt he would be censored himself if he took it down. She has said she will be gracious if he asks her for forgiveness. I'm pregnant with my first child, and I love my family, including my aunt. I want to be there with them so badly, but this chaotic back and forth between my aunt and husband has gone on for so long that I don't see them resolving things before then. My sister has advised me to block my aunt, but I can't bring myself to. My sister is also super left-leaning, so this surprised me. My aunt is messaging me constantly about this issue, reminding me why he is wrong, and that I am still invited, but I am not replying. How do I navigate this Thanksgiving day? All right, guys, this person needs a lot of advice. Politics, Thanksgiving, let's go.
That's a tough situation.
You know what? I like that you picked a political thing because that's such a Thanksgiving, like,
Yeah.
we all are going to talk politics around the table and we're all going to disagree and it's going to be really awkward.
I'm not going to lie. I only read like the first two sentences of that and because so I didn't actually know what was in there.
Juicy.
Yeah, it's pretty juicy.
Okay,
Jordan Peterson?
One,
I don't know.
Remarry. No, I'm kidding.
Do either of you guys know who Mike Pence is? I know Talia doesn't.
Are you saying Mike Pence? Like
Mike
former vice
Pence.
I don't know who
Pence?
that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
The former VP.
Yeah.
It's spelled Mike Pence. Like,
Is it a mistake?
Is that a real person?
Okay.
Is it just in there once? Because she.
Oh no, it's in there twice, and then she wrote it like Mike Pence, like that. But I think she must have meant Mike Pence.
She must have, and I do know who that is.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. Oh, okay, dude. Because when I was reading, I was like, okay, I know Jordan Peterson, I know Joe Rogan. Who the hell is Mike Pence? And why are they so fed up about this guy?
I was wondering why you were saying it with like a B.
That's how it's spelled on the thing. Okay, that makes so much more sense. Mike Pence.
Yeah, Mike Pence does not pop up anyone like remotely of note.
Well, if you're saying he's slightly right leaning, I think I think if you're saying he's slightly right leaning, I think you're a little wrong on that. Is it wrong to be on the right or the left? It is not wrong to be on either side. It is only wrong, in my opinion, when you're harming other people. So let's talk about it in the context of this Thanksgiving dinner, though, guys. What do you guys think? How should they proceed with handling this subject?
I want to say I think the aunt. I totally understand why the aunt is upset. I understand also that maybe the person who wrote this, I think it's reasonable to say maybe the aunt's being a little overzealous on this in some ways, but I don't necessarily think that's wrong. It's up to her. I don't think it's censorship to say you can't come to my house if you have views that I completely disagree with. It's your house, it's your private home. But, like, family is family. Sometimes we put up with family members who we really don't agree with stuff on because they're family and because we care about, them and the people they're related to. I don't know. But, like, I don't know how she should go about, like, the person who wrote this should go about dealing with this though. Like that's awkward.
This is what scattered advice is about. Like, you have to give some advice.
Well, I did say remarry.
He did. I kind of disagree with Sean. I think it is censorship because she did ask him to take down the post, which is kind of ironic because the post was about censorship. So, oops. She's definitely overstepping because you can't. I don't think it's fair to ask somebody to not post certain things, even though you don't disagree with, like, even though you don't agree with them. Like, that's just not within her rights. I can see. I think it
agree
is.
With that.
Yeah, it is within her right to not have him over at her home because it is her home. That's her right. I don't think that's reasonable, and I think as a member of a family, you have to make compromises sometimes, and he is a part of your family now, and you have to compromise with him being there, even if you don't agree with him. So I think her aunt is like the main one in the wrong here, and I'm not sure where to go from there. Also, he's your husband, so you should support him. But you guys disagree on political beliefs, which is frustrating. But
yeah, I definitely don't think she should go to the Thanksgiving thing without her husband. I think that would send a bad message.
I agree with that.
As to what to do about her husband not getting invited, the only thing would be to try and mediate a talk between her aunt and her husband. But there's no telling how that would go. So
I feel like this year it's safe to skip and handle it over the next year.
Yeah.
But I really gotta say, like I said before, like, unless somebody's views is like directly harming somebody, like, if you're really that fed up about a political point of view, you're thinking way too much about it and your priorities are just not in line, in my opinion. Like, I think family and love for your family and supporting your family trumps whatever, like, oh, I think this guy is better than this other guy or whatever. Like, just chill out and love your family. Unless it's like somebody who's like directly harming somebody, or like a post, you know, if it's like a homophobic post, I can understand getting all up in arms about it because that's harming somebody. But if it's just like a post, no, they didn't say a lot about the post, but it's like, oh, censorship, they're censoring us or whatever. If somebody feels censored, I think there's a right to say that. And I think it's wrong to like try to get them to take that down.
I understand that, but even though I don't think I would agree with the aunt, if she views it as a white supremacist post because of his past, regardless of the truth in that and like how much that came across in the post, she would view it as a harming post.
That is fair.
That is fair. I think that, like, I generally agree with the sentiment, Tony, and I kind of like said something similar, that like that familial love, like, in general should be prioritized, and that, you know, we put up with things with people close to us because they're close to us and because, you know, hopefully we love them. But like, I mean, I do think there's a line, and like the problem here is we don't have the post itself to look at, so we can't make a judgment on that for ourselves. But like Talia said, I mean, some political beliefs are harmful to people, and like I don't think it's wrong. I mean, I don't think that you should say, oh, you must take this down or you can't enter my house. Like, but I think it's fine to say, I like really don't agree with you on a fundamental like human thing. I don't want you in my home.
No, that's totally fair. I think anybody has the right to say you're not welcome in my home. I think when it comes to family, I think it needs to be something like proper serious. And again, yeah, you're right. We haven't seen the post. So it's hard to say if the aunt is overreacting as much as it sounds like she is. But yeah, interesting. I think definitely take this year off for sure and try to settle it over an extended course of time, so that however you settle it is official.
Maybe recommend that your husband blocks your aunt on Facebook so she can't see his posts going forward.
You know what?
It's not a
Allie,
bad idea.
that is...
He uses it less.
Whoa.
It sounds like he uses it quite a lot.
Allie, that is... You're so wise. But unless the husband is like one of those guys who just like loves to like stir the pot on Facebook, and he's like, I actually really fucking love your aunt. She always starts beefing me or whatever, and it's so funny. Haha.
I hope not.
I mean, Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, Mike Pence over here.
If that's the case, definitely find a new husband.
Actually, Tony and I don't believe in divorce, so yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was a pretty tough one. So let's move on to the next one, which is just titled Thanksgiving Morals.
Oh no.
I've also only read the top of this one too. So most people have families somewhat. In your opinions, do you think it's rude or wrong for me to miss Thanksgiving to have a solo one with my boyfriend? The only reason I'm kind of conflicted is because I'm getting older and I'm starting to realize how many things are changing and gonna change. We already have significantly less people at family events than we did when I was younger. My aunt and uncle plan to leave the town once they retire, and I assume my cousins will eventually spend the holidays with their own wives and kids one day. I also owe my uncle a lot of money, and it makes him happy when we show up, so there's that too. The only reason I want...
What the fuck?
Okay, I actually did read this one, and I remember where it's going. The only reason I want to do it alone is because I think it'd be fun to try and make my own Thanksgiving dinner, but I'll also have plenty of time to do that in the future, and I really... don't like some of the attendees, to be honest. I don't know. Also, although they wrote TBH IDK. Also, my uncle can't cook. He just puts salt, pepper, and butter on the turkey. And my mom has stopped. Yo, he needs to hit up Allie's grandpa. Come on. And for the ham. And my mom has stopped going since she spends it with her man and his kids. This is a very stupid thing to worry about or go somewhere for advice, especially given the date. I just don't want to be taking anyone for granted. I don't know what are your thoughts and opinions on what would y'all do, or just ignore this because it's stupid. Also, they have a brunch Thanksgiving, and I could potentially make a dinner one at home.
Yeah, that's the obvious. Yeah, just have two Thanksgivings.
The clear choice. Yeah.
I find this rather funny.
Even mention that as an option. Just go to the brunch Thanksgiving and then have dinner with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the day itself. I mean, you can cook it. You can make your own the day before or the day after. It's not that big a deal. You know.
Yeah. I think it's so funny to say like, oh dang, I want to do one with my boyfriend, but I don't know how many more Thanksgivings I'm going to have with these people. Then
why is
what
that
are we?
funny?
Well, because it's ironic.
No, I agree.
It's like it's
then
like the complete opposite
Thanksgiving with those people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like I get you. Like, okay, the food might not be great, and you might not like everybody who's there. But like, and maybe I'm biased because, well, okay, for Thanksgiving I always just do it with my parents, but like Christmas we do like a whole family thing, and so like, and that's always been the tradition. I think when you have those holidays that you always, where like your family gets together, it's really easy to like get bogged down in, oh, like this is logistically annoying. I gotta drive here, and we gotta board the pets, and we gotta like find a whatever sitter, and like spend money to like stay this, you know, like. But I mean, those people are your family, and you probably don't realize in the moment like how important it is to have those. I mean, I'm very grateful that I get to see the people I see on Christmas like once a year. Like most of the time, right? And you might not always be able to do that, especially when like it sounds like it's pretty easy for you to have your separate one and go to the familial one. This is kind of like you're just looking for an excuse to not go.
Yeah, us playing to the other side. It is interesting that her mom doesn't go, and I feel like that gives her a lot more leave to not go. Mm-hmm. To it.
That's true.
If like a big part of your family isn't going, do you really need to show up?
I did think it was interesting that she doesn't have Thanksgiving with her mom, but her mom has Thanksgiving with her man's kids.
Yeah.
That's true. There's an interesting dynamic going on here.
I feel like there's more nuance to it than was really let on in the post.
Yeah.
But you should have 3 Thanksgivings. Go to your
there
mom's,
you go.
Go to your other families, and then have one with your boyfriend. Ka-chow. Fixed. You have no free time now.
Yay. That's what Thanksgiving's all about, baby.
Honestly,
Yeah. Well,
okay, we solved that one.
yeah, I guess that one.
Easy peasy.
Got it.
And this last one is more about Friendsgiving. I'm hosting a party and a guest wants to invite someone I don't like. What's the best course of action? I, 17, am hosting Friendsgiving this year. It's with 3 of my friends, but we agreed to invite any mutual friends. There's this one girl, A, who I really don't like. Actually, instead of A, which they all put A, I'm just going to call her Allie. Because fuck Allie.
Actually, that helps. That helps me.
Yeah. Thanks, yeah.
Does
Thanks,
it actually say that, or you say that?
It just says A.
Oh.
Allie likes to make comments about me being dumber than her during math class and during our clubs. And honestly, I don't want to invite someone into my house who is like that. However, the other 3 members don't have the same perception. 2 of them like her. One of them doesn't know her. So because she has multiple friends, it makes sense to invite her. However, I don't think I want her to know where I live. I also think it might ruin the night for me a little because I'm so tired of hearing about why she's better than me. Is there any way to deal with this without starting drama? If I tell people that I don't want to spend it with her, it'll get back to her. If not, I'll have to deal with someone that I can't get along with. Right now, I'm feeling like the solution is to grin and bear it, but I don't want to be upset on a day I'm supposed to be enjoying. Do you have any advice on how I could handle this situation? It isn't a big deal, to be honest. Just looking for something.
I think you need to confront Allie.
Yeah.
Because I think you need to confront Allie because if the other people don't have an issue with her and you're the only one that has an issue with her, maybe she doesn't realize how mean she's being. And this is coming from somebody also named Allie who was told in high school that she was meaner than she realized she was being. And so sometimes you just need to be put in your place so you can learn. And like I'm a lot nicer now than I used to be because people like made me aware of my flaws.
Damn, you must have been a menace, bro. Shit.
I was a bitch, man. And I didn't even realize it. So she might not know that the comments she's making really hurt your feelings. And if she does know, then don't invite her. And then that makes that really easy. But I think you should have a conversation with her. Let her know how you're feeling. And it's your home, so it's your right to not have her come. And hopefully your other friends will understand that. I don't think there's any way for there to be no drama from this situation, though, unfortunately.
I think, I think confronting Allie is the right step for a number of reasons. Specifically because, one, it cuts out all the middleman. There's going to be less drama if you literally just go to this person with a level head and like, look, like some of your comments, some of the times the way you treat me, like, doesn't make me feel good. We're having this Friendsgiving. I don't really enjoy being treated that way. Like, can we work this out? And if that goes well, then there's no problem. If it doesn't go well, then you have like proof and kind of like you took the high road and you can go tell your friends like, look, this is what I did. This is how I feel. And this is what she said. And she's like, she was not on board. Like, I do understand that if you agreed to have mutual friends over, and that she is a mutual friend, that it's kind of like difficult, but at the end of the day, yeah, it is your house. And I think if you do what real Allie described and like just talk to this person, I think things will go okay.
Yeah, I think I 100% agree with that view. However, I think some people would find it a lot more difficult to confront someone than it is just saying. If that's the case, I'm actually pretty good at confronting people.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, I thought you were saying like
I
you're bad
don't
at
think he was. I don't think he
No, I was. I was saying, yeah, she's...
Okay.
Pinky
I
promise?
didn't say it, but I'm supporting you too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
He
go ahead.
was. He
I
really
trust
was.
the pinky promise, my bad.
It's the only way that I know that he's not joking. We meant to do that at the wedding.
Fuck.
Oh,
Was he joking that whole time?
Either way, back on track. I think in that case,
Allie.
I don't know, like if you're having classes with your roommates or your friends are in the same class as this Allie girl. If that's the case, you could try and get their opinions of what they make from those comments if they hear them. And if not, even though usually it's not good to like get somebody else involved, but if they're already kind of involved, like ask them to talk to her and be like, oh, what do you think about, or our friend blah 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 gets these comments sometimes from you, what do you mean by them, or something, but not like a super confrontational way. That way you're not the one necessarily confronting, you're asking for help. And if they're friends, then it would be less of a like pointing the finger in her face type of a thing, maybe. But I do think a direct confrontation would be the best thing to do. Because I don't think it's great to have people involved in your business, but if it's too scary, I feel like that's a good second option.
And I think in person would be preferable.
Yes.
But I think that this is something that could be done over text, especially so you could take the time to word it in a way that wasn't like not necessarily like accusatory, but just in a way that opens the conversation. Because obviously, from your perspective, she is doing something wrong, but you want it to be a productive conversation. So being careful about your tone while discussing would be helpful.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm kind of honed in on the fact that she's 17, and so presumably this other chick is 17, and so the reason I point that out is because the level of maturity there is a lot lower, and so my like experience of social interaction with people in high school versus moving on to college and later on is very different. And like the way people read drama and like social cues is very different. And so one thing to consider is at this party, if there's, a number of people, you might not even have to interact with this girl at all. So that's a very big possibility. Just avoid her, just ignore her. The other thing to consider is that something I've experienced is people who like make fun of me in a certain crowd, but like be buddy with me in a different crowd, right? So you have one class with this girl and she makes fun of you in math class for being better than you in math. She's probably not doing that for herself. Like, I don't think people will make fun of you to like make themselves feel better per se. They kind of try to look cool for somebody else, for some of their friends. So she's probably got some friends in your math class or something. I mean, this is all like assumed, but she could have like some friends in math class that might think it's really funny that she makes fun of somebody and makes her look cool to them.
Or a crush.
And then in a completely different context where math is not involved at all, she might be like this person that everybody else sees that they have no problem with. So, there's that possibility, which I think also sucks in general if you're being mean to somebody just for the sake of it. But I experienced that a lot. Like, I had players on my soccer team who were like mean to me at soccer, but cool with me at school, or vice versa, And it was really trippy for me because like I'd go to one place and expect one person and get the opposite that I was getting from the other place. I mean, hopefully I wasn't that way, but I don't think I was. But, I think that's something I experienced, and I think that's a possibility as well, especially at that age,
Yeah, I think it's true. Like, like Tony, like you said, it could be something as simple as like, maybe she has some people that she thinks are cool in that class and wants to impress and thinks that's the way to go about it. Or like Talia said, maybe like she's crushing on somebody. And, as we've learned on this podcast, when you're crushing on somebody, sometimes you like give them like goo eyes, and sometimes you like break into their school account and print out their essays and share them with your friends.
I did not have a crush on one of those boys, I promise you.
So you had a crush on
you
two?
Cannot. You can't.
None of
Y'all
them.
are talking about a married woman here. That's my wife you're talking about. Shut the fuck up, guys. Come on.
Guys. No, I didn't have a crush on any of them, actually.
So you're just straight up in love with them?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them was Tony.
And I take back everything I said.
We would have hated each other in middle school.
Yes, we would have. Oh my gosh.
I don't think any of us would have gotten along in middle school. I was a little shit in middle school.
Me and Sean hated each other back in those days.
I don't know. I feel like Allie and I might have gotten
We just
along.
didn't interact with each other. That's the
Tony
truth.
and I could have.
We were both pretty studious, so I feel like we would have gotten along in that sense.
Yeah,
I was studious too. I was
bitchiness might have gotten in the way, but
Sean.
I had friends, so
I feel like we would have been friends.
Sean, for like the little I feel like I interacted with you growing up, there's like 4 or 5 pictures where we're right next to each other. And I have no recollection of spending that much time with you as a kid. There's multiple soccer pictures and karate, where you and me are standing together. And I have no recollection of spending time with. I knew you, but we weren't friends.
I'm not offended. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I think I have more pictures with you than I do of my real childhood friends like Fareed and Mateo and Luke that I grew up with.
So weird.
From when I was itty bitty.
I was just gonna say some of my friends pointed out that when I was a bitch, it was a lot of times I was very loyal, so I'd be a bitch to people that were being mean to my friends and then not necessarily notice it.
So we got a white knight over here. Okay. Let's move into this week's edition of Scattered Pitch. I choose a product, and they have to create a name, slogan, and commercial to promote it. Actually, that is totally not what we're doing today. So let's move on. Let's move into this week's edition of Scattered Pitch. This week's pitch should be for a new Hallmark movie franchise worthy of going mainstream. With Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter dominating this time of year, and Hallmark coming out with 55 movies a year themed around Thanksgiving and Christmas, they need to step up their game. Instead of a one-off like Hallmark usually does, we need a 3 to 7 movie franchise of any genre, any style, any plot. It just has to fit.
Any genre for a Hallmark movie?
It just has to fit on the Hallmark Channel. Give me 3 main characters, a villain, and a general idea and breakdown of the plot. Just give me some story beats. Win the hearts of Americans and foreigners at home and abroad. Go.
Great ideas. We got them. This is Scattered Pitch.
I do have a few Hallmark stereotypes, and you got to include at least one of them.
Oh, there's more rules.
Yeah, there's meet cutes, there's meet uglies, there's former. You can have a former. You can have a former child star actor. You can have dogs, losing a parent, changing careers, going home for Christmas from your big town job, and various competition types.
I think so. We need to make a franchise, right? And it's debuting. The first installment of this franchise is debuting around Thanksgiving, right now ish.
Yes, it's this.
But I like Christmas Hallmark movies.
No, we should make one that's
we should go for a trilogy. I think we should go for a trilogy of Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's.
Brilliant. I love it.
Quadrilogy. Easter. Valentine's. Yes, Valentine's. Yay.
Okay,
that comes next.
Easter.
Yeah.
King, Queen.
4th of July.
Just all the holidays. We do one for every holiday.
I think it makes sense for it to be holiday based. So we can have the original trilogy, and then we could expand more since they're going to be so successful.
Turkey Hunter. A small town turkey hunter is one of the main characters.
What's his name? Give me a name.
It could be a girl.
Just first name is good.
Benji.
Give their
Benji.
name. Benji the Turkey Hunter. Remember, we need 3 main characters and a villain. All right.
Oh, look at that tummy.
3 main characters and a villain. So we need 4 plot
4
essential
main
characters. Love triangle.
What if the turkey hunter is evil?
Okay. I'm down. Okay, but love triangle, and
obviously
the 4th character is like a mentor, older, you come to you in the second third of the movie, the protagonist comes to this person's what do I do?
Okay.
A dad or a grandfather.
Sister of Turkey Hunter.
Okay.
Jane is her name.
Jane.
What's the
Jane
turkey hunter's name?
Is there a Tarzan in there too?
Jane and Benji are siblings.
And they fall in love.
I don't think Hallmark. That's a little scandalous for Hallmark.
They don't know they're related.
Oh! No, that'd be so good. And then during the Thanksgiving movie, they go and they're having a big Thanksgiving first ever time family get together of all their families, cousins and all, and they're like, "Yo, why are you here?"
So weird.
Related.
Oh, and they're like, there's a dramatic irony thing of them like texting like, "Yep, I'm almost there. Like, I'm my flight just landed. I'm on the way. Heading to," and they're like, "Haha, me too. Like, I hope it's not as weird as you think it is." Blah blah blah. And then they both arrive, and it's like weird as shit because they're both there. Nice.
And that's where the love triangle comes in. They like have other options once they realize they're related.
Yeah, but those other options are like they're not genetically related to them because we're not making an incest story.
Aren't we?
But they're like,
I think we are.
Oh, all right. Well, okay. I want the other option should be like
Christmas is their family trying to overcome the incest.
This needs to have mainstream success. We're competing with Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings, my guy.
In a relationship with like another family member, like, ooh, who's that hunk over there? And it's like, oh, that's Jeannie's hubbo or something. I don't know why.
Like they could be like step cousins or something because of like a marriage.
Yeah, something like that. But they're off limits, like relationship wise.
I've got a question for Sean. When you're like, yeah, I took Chinese with this girl Talia, and she's got a hubbo named Tony. Is that what you say? What the hell, dude?
I'm gonna be honest. I've never said the word hubbo in my life before today, and I don't think I ever will again.
I want to eat a snack so bad right now.
I love snacks.
Oh, don't I know that?
I think I'm going to have takeout tonight. It's going to be based.
Wow, really? That's crazy. I would never have
guessed. Because you don't make any food, Sean. You get takeout every time.
No, I don't. I haven't gotten takeout in like a month.
Cap.
Doubt.
Bro, I mean, okay, I'm not going to say I'm the most adventurous chef out there. I mean, I cook like the same, maybe like 3 or 4 things at home, but I cook at home because it's cheaper.
Doubt.
But it's
doubt.
Fuck you guys.
This is the guy who clearly showed up late last week and said, "No, I was on time. I was on time."
No, I was here right at 3.
Shut up, Allie.
No, Allie was on time. Allie was on time. Allie has Skype problems. It was still on time, Sean. Allie's like not computer savvy at all, had problems, and still got here on time.
True.
I bet she's more computer savvy than me.
Compliment that was.
Oh, that doesn't take anything, Talia.
Allie's stupid. She doesn't know. She has an old ass computer, but she's
so
still
bad
here.
at math. I'm so much better than her at math.
Yeah. All right, back to the Hallmark incest movie.
This is not what I expected to happen.
No, we don't have to. We don't have to.
No, I think we've got enough
when I
there.
said brother and sister.
What if
I
they're
think we'd really be hitting
That's...
up like that would work with some demographics.
Allie, Hallmark doesn't do that. They don't swing that.
They should. Yeah.
Okay. Is that how they go mainstream?
Yeah, and people seem to like be more okay with lesbians than like gay males. So maybe start off.
Oh, because it's hot.
Tony.
Tony.
So bad.
You're not wrong. You're not right.
I love my wife.
He's out of line. But
That makes it worse.
Tony.
I was okay with the comment before.
Not so much now.
Not when he leans over and says, "That's my wife."
No, I said I love my wife.
I love my wife. Whatever. Okay, we can start over. I like the idea of a turkey hunter. Turkey killer. Turkey killer.
The turkey killer should have a redemption arc where he becomes like...
psycho killer?
Yes. but where he becomes like he kills the turkey to feel something because he had something bad in his past happen, and he uses it to like put out, like get out his frustration. But now, after meeting one of these other main characters, actually after meeting both the current couple who find out they're incestuous, the love triangles with him, he has to choose between them.
Because they're sisters.
Yes, but one of them is like, they're ideologically opposed. One of them is encouraging him to keep shooting the turkey because he thinks it's going to help, he or she. And then the other one is like, you got to go pacifist. You got to just let it go. And so it's about him letting go of his past and becoming a new person.
Is the villain
and he realizes Ham.
Ham.
Yeah. Then he turns to Ham and he starts shooting hams instead.
He starts shooting hams.
Yeah, like he doesn't shoot the pigs. Like the hams are already like there and cooked. He's just shooting the hams.
Oh my god.
He just goes door to door. Are y'all having turkey or ham? Ham. Let me in. Pop, pop, pop.
Everybody down. And he's like, and then he shoots and he's like, there's a pause and like, you can just eat around the shell.
Okay, the meet cute with turkey shooter is he's
it could be a meat ugly as well.
He's traipsing through the woods. He's looking hot, steamy, and raggedy. He's got his gun slung over his back. He's got plaid on because they always have plaid on.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got some dirt on his cheek. He walks up. He's like, I gotta find the nearest store. I need to wash my hands of this turkey blood. And he gets into the store, and the cash register's there.
Cash register?
I lost it, man. Okay.
And the cash register is one of the couple.
Cashier?
It could be, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. She's the cashier. The one half of the incestuous couple is the cashier.
And she says, you got a little something, points out the cheek.
He's like, it's just turkey guts.
Why do you say it like that? And she's the pacifist. And she's like, you killed turkeys today? I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat turkey. And the fact that you killed them, I hate you. And he goes to the bathroom and he looks himself in the mirror with that turkey blood on his cheek. And he thinks, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
Do I need to change
at the cashier,
my life?
Right? Yeah.
So meet ugly. There you go.
People's opinions if they're pretty.
Yeah, it was
pretty
valid, as you should.
Pretty privilege right there.
Stupid.
That's why Allie never listens to me.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, how does it end?
I think she should
They get
side
married.
So I think the girl is originally, she hates him for shooting turkey, and the guy, the incestuous guy, the other part of the couple, I think he is on board with it. And eventually, because we want
that
this to be a
pushes the
positive Hallmark
stereotype that
story.
men are violent, Sean.
Yeah, and
All right.
We're okay with that here at Hallmark Channel.
Okay.
And I think the guy. So here's what I'm going to propose as the ending for the incestuous guy. I think he is going to be the one who originally catches the eye, of the hunter, and the hunter is more into the guy at first, but the more time the hunter spends thinking about what the girl said and sort of spending time around her and understanding why she thinks that way, and her telling him like, look, this is for your own good, you need to move past this, like what happened in the past is past, stop shooting gobbledy-gobbles. And
I hope she doesn't say that.
So he, Mr. Hunter Man, is going to side
Benji.
She's going to end up with Benji the Hunter, but I don't know, there's going to be some throwaway character who has like one defining personality trait, and that's all there is, and that's who the guy's going to end up with, and we met that person earlier at the Thanksgiving.
And it's I need to start over.
That was good, Allie.
It's more defined in the Christmas movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, the follow-up movie, the second movie in the trilogy, should be about the guy and the other girl.
Exactly.
And then the last one is about both of them.
There's more! There's more, Sean.
No, but I think What? So like we're building a trilogy right now, and then it's like that's going to be the third one is going to be our end game, like our Infinity War and our end game, and then everything after that is going to be like it's going to be related, same universe, Hallmark Cinematic Universe, but it's going to be after it could be their kids or something, right? I think the second movie is about the incestuous guy and the one defining trait other person, and then it's going to be about their love story, and the third movie is going to be something causes the couples to switch, and they're like, we should have been together all along. And then
aren't they related?
After.
No, the incestuous couples stay apart, but their people switch.
Okay.
And then they think,
not
and
good.
they realize in the fourth movie that they should all just be a throuple.
Oh, that's not legal.
Only 2 of them are married.
I don't know if Hallmark would air that.
Aren't they related?
Yeah. That's a good point.
Forgot about that little detail.
I mean, it was a good thought, but yeah. I think it's a pretty good trilogy, though.
No thoughts, just confidence.
No thoughts, just incest.
I'm glad you don't have any siblings, Sean. It's for the best.
That's why he had dogs. What's the name of your franchise?
Turkey
Lumberjack.
Killer.
I don't know.
Turkey
Killer. That's better. Wait, okay, but it's gotta sound Hallmark.
Gobble me
Turkey
up.
Lover.
Oh, gobble me.
Actually, that's not bad.
Gobble gobble. Thanksgiving love.
What? Gobble gobble. Thanksgiving love.
I think Gobble Me Up might be the way to go.
If Tony can tell you anything, which he can tell you lots of things because he loves the sound of his voice, it is that I cannot name anything. I'm really bad at naming.
That's okay. You contributed a lot to the plot. I think Gobble Me Up. Are we okay with that? I can't think of anything
Gobble
better
Me
right
Up.
now.
Yeah,
Gobble Me Up.
good.
And then the turkey on the cover is like winking.
Are we just do we just have like Gobble Me Up 1, 2, and 3, or is there like
Yes.
names?
We can make an innuendo with like stuffing.
Stuff my holes.
Allie's talking about stuffing her holes in cream pies this episode. What the? And you want to say she's more mature than me? That's crazy.
It's hard being single, okay?
Oh my god. That's our franchise. There you go, Tony. That was a good prompt. I liked that.
All right, guys. Let's move on into Scattered Self-Care. And I'm actually going to start off by saying welcome back to Scattered Self-Care, the segment where we talk about our goals with taking care of our bodies and minds. This week, I want to get back to the roots of this segment and set a new goal for us to take on in the next 2 weeks. But the real challenge is to pick something we feel we can achieve during the holiday season that brings like scheduling, traveling, and more obstacles.
Wait, did we not set goals last episode?
We didn't set goals last week, no.
Oh, dang.
We just started talking shit last week. And that was great. I loved it. So keep in mind that you will be traveling. Previously I said I'm going to wake up every day at the same time.
Every day? Just wake up.
I'm going to wake up at the same time every day.
I'm not skipping a single one.
So keep in mind, like I said, I was going to wake up at the same time every single day and right before my wedding and then on my honeymoon. There's no way I was going to achieve that target. So keep those kind of obstacles in mind when setting a new goal.
Can I share a self-care thing that I have done within the past maybe week or two that
No.
I am proud? No,
I'm joking.
You know what? I'm saying yeah.
I'm joking.
You can, Sean.
I do want to hear it.
You can.
So speaking of like waking up at a certain time, I normally have been waking up around like 8 to 8:30 and going to bed around 12 to 12:30. But since daylight savings hit, I've really been noticing like kind of an impact, because I'm the kind of person who definitely gets like some seasonal depression and gets a little down in the winter with the lack of sunlight and the cold and everything like that. I mean, I like winter, but like, that stuff happens. So I was like, you know what? we're gonna change that, or we're gonna like try and combat that in a way. So I have adjusted my sleep schedule to be more in line where I'm getting more hours of sunlight in the day. So I'm waking up at 7 now and going to bed at like 11. And it took like a little bit to adjust, but I'm noticing the benefits, and also because I'm more productive in the morning, so it's helped me there too.
Who gave you that suggestion? Sounds like a really good suggestion.
God.
I gave it to me.
I specifically told you to do that like 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
Damn, Allie out here. Oh.
Well, that was a good suggestion. Maybe you probably put the bug in my second section. I'll give you credit for it. That's cool.
Allie, I feel you. I feel you right now because I've told Talia to do some shit, and then she's like, "Yeah, I did that. That's amazing. I came up with it on my own." Allie, I feel you. That's amazing.
It's hard to be looked over like this.
No, thank you, Allie. That's a good suggestion. I totally remembered that you said that to me. Either way, isn't it good that I'm doing well on that? Thank you.
I would like to set a sweet little goal of trying to do some form of exercise outside of just walking. So like doing a couple squats, a couple push-ups, a couple sit-ups, just like minimum 5 of whatever it is, which is nothing. But during the vacation times, during like over Thanksgiving and over like the holiday times where we're traveling with family, that's my goal.
Very nice.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. I'm actually struggling to come up with one that isn't just like do exercises that I haven't been doing.
Yeah.
Because I should have been doing them, but I kind of want to come up with something different just for the sake of originality.
I think mine will be to like be outside at least a little bit of every day.
That's a good one.
Nice.
That is a really good one.
I want to say my previous comment is not throwing shade at Talia's thing, because I fully support Talia's goal. Mine was more like...
You were being rude to me? Wow.
Dude, that's my wife. What the fuck, bro?
I can't believe you.
Sorry.
Uncalled for.
Allie, what's your self-care goal?
Exercise. I did a lot of... I've been actually doing a lot. I went swimming and...
You learned how to breathe?
I did learn how to breathe.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to do that like over the holiday season when you're like traveling, things like that?
No, the last 2 weeks of December, I probably won't be able to do climbing or swimming. Also, all of December, the pool that I usually go to is going to be closed, like December 4th through the 16th, and then I'm out of town after the 16th. So.
That's lame.
Well, I mean, that goes to show that you can't put this as your self-care goal because I specifically said that it needs to be something you can do during the holidays.
But what if I'm okay with failing?
Well, try to think of something smaller that like has less to do with like physically doing an activity during the day, and something that you can improve on a smaller scale.
Yeah, I need to spend less time on Instagram. This is a cyclical problem of mine.
That's a good one.
I might delete it again. True. I was doing well, and then I got sick, and then like my brain's not working, so I was spending too much time on it.
That's a good one.
It'd be like
less time on Instagram.
My screen time has gone up ever since the strike has happened.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I get the little notification every Sunday. It's like your screen time was like 4,000 hours a day, and I'm like, that's not good. It's not actually that high, but it's higher than it was before.
I would imagine, obviously.
4,000.
Well, you know what I mean. I it's not actually like crazy because I've been making an effort like over the year to cut it down, but it's like rising a little bit, and I don't like that. So I'm with you on that, Allie. I also think generally in terms of like, I'm gonna say for this more applies to my Christmas than Thanksgiving. Christmas we do a lot of traveling, and we see like a lot of people, and it can be like pretty stressful in like a good way, of course, right? But sometimes it's easy for us to get like kind of like how I was saying earlier on Scattered Advice, like it's easy for us being my family, and including me, to get like kind of annoyed at like, oh, we gotta go do this thing, and like these people want us to do this, and we gotta show up and blah blah blah. But it's like I'm gonna like really try and be more like just present in the moment and like having fun And if there's something that needs to be like helped with, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You know, I want to be like, not that I'm like negative at Christmas because I love Christmas, but gonna try to be really like, just kind of go with the flow. This is the way things are. Because last year, because I had such a stressful semester, I was like pretty, like a lot of that stress was still kind of pent up, and it showed in how I like in my enjoyment of Christmas and just how my behavior a little bit. So I'm gonna try and do better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Happening live. We got one live.
Would you rather have to live in your current apartment for the rest of your life? You could never move into a new place again. Or would you rather have to move every 6 months into a new place? You can never repeat the place for the rest of your life.
I definitely live in my current place. No, I'll be honest.
I've got to get out of Peoria. I've got to go with the 6 months. I fucking hate moving every 6 months.
Every 6 months is a lot.
I feel
for the rest of your life. That means you can't like gather too many items because then you'll have to pay to move them. Or you just have to get rich so that you can pay really easily to move them every 6 months.
He never said anything about expanding your apartment.
He never said what?
Okay, but like if you live in an apartment
because I would totally choose to stay here, but I want a bigger place. So I could like buy out an apartment next door when we have more money.
Apartment.
And so we
I think he said live in it. So
I'm adding to my current apartment.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, yeah, but that's not like.
That's a twist of the rules.
They don't really let you do that.
It probably is. Well, I guess we're only having one kid, Talia. That's all about we can fit in here.
That's Bootsy. Yeah, that would cause a problem in that sense.
Actually, I might change.
But I'm not moving
I might change to never moving again.
Dude, but I'm paying.
And Sean, you'd have to keep the same roommate too.
So. Those are both really bad options. Thanks, Jesse.
Also, like, it's fucking expensive, dude. Like, it's downtown. I mean, I like it. I don't want to be here forever, though.
Yeah.
Dude's living the life over here and is complaining.
Hey, no, I'm very grateful.
I live downtown Chicago. Ooh.
Rats. Apparently, Chicago has the highest population of rats.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen a couple walking.
I see one of them on Skype right now.
I mean, we don't have them like in our building.
That's good.
I've seen a few though. Like, it's not that big a deal.
You seen rat balls?
Rat ball?
The balls of rats.
The balls of rats.
You should start eating them.
Or the rats that are in balls. Okay. No, I haven't seen
testicles.
Well, I have actually. My friend had pet rats, so yes, I have.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
So Talia and I are staying in this apartment. Sean, are you moving every 6 months?
It's very hard.
I wonder if it. So does the moving every 6 months have to be within like from city to city, or can be like intercity?
It can be intercity. You just can't live at the same place. So you could never go back to where you're living right now.
So you can't just switch between two places. You have to like always move to a new place.
And it's not like you can like live in one apartment complex and go to a different apartment in the same apartment complex. It has to be a different apartment complex.
Oh God. I mean, I guess if I didn't have to worry about money, my answer would probably be stay here because it's a decent apartment. And I feel like if you're moving every 6 months, at least like a month of that is going to be moving and worrying about that shit again.
Yeah.
And that's for the rest
You
of
become
your
a pro
life.
though.
Yeah, but
you just moved to fully furnished
you can
apartments.
Streamline that. If I am, my realistic answer is every 6 months just because money. But if that was not in the equation or wasn't as big of an issue, then I would probably stay here, even though this isn't like, I don't know. That's a tough question.
But a 6 month lease is a lot more expensive than a 13-month lease.
That's true. That is so true.
And then you have to pay a security deposit every single time.
That's a good point, yeah.
Application fees,
I'm staying here.
Parking ticket, like everything. Like a pass for parking, whatever. Some places have that.
Yeah, I'd rather stay here. It changes like future plans.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad this isn't real.
Yeah, same, Allie.
But it's stressing me out as if it is real.
It is stressing me out too.
This is a stressful one.
Thanks, Jesse.
Jesse has power.
Yeah, fuck you, Jesse.
We love you, Jesse, by the way. Shout out to Jesse.
Yes, we love Jesse. He's got the most positive, like personality that makes you feel good, and then he just asks you this fucking negative ass question. What the hell, man? No, we love you, Jesse.
It is a would you rather.
It is would you rather.
Yeah.
Would I rather have regular Jesse or would you rather Jesse? Regular Jesse for sure.
Regular Jesse.
Because regular Jesse is perfect.
Party shirt.
All right, let's end off the episode with a segment of Scattered Truth. Don't look at it. It has the answers on here.
I'm not. I wasn't.
Cheater.
All I see are
She can't play it. She can't play this round.
I have no idea. I wasn't.
All right. Put on your gun sight and go in the corner.
I'm going to say 3 facts, but only one of them is true. It's up to the 3 of you to figure out which one it is. But you can only ask me to explain 2 of the facts. Today's category is, obviously, Thanksgiving. Woo!
Oh.
Fact number 1. There are only 3 towns in the U.S. named Turkey.
Only 3?
Yep. Fact number 2. Andrew Johnson was the president to declare Thanksgiving a national holiday. Fact number 3. In the United States, the average number of guests at a Thanksgiving dinner is 10 people.
Average?
Average.
Okay, I'm interested in the third one as one of the explanations.
Same.
And then
the Turkey one is false. I feel like there's more places named Turkey. I mean, we have like 1 billion Jacksons.
There's like 27 Decatur's.
Yeah, there's definitely more than 3 turkeys.
Okay, so do we want 2 and 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The explanation for number 2 of Andrew Johnson was the president to declare Thanksgiving a national holiday. This declaration... Johnson.
Oh.
This declaration was made on October 3rd, 1863.
Wait, was Andrew Johnson a president? Is Andrew Jackson and Lyndon B. Johnson?
Andrew Johnson was vice president to Lincoln and assumed the position after his assassination.
Oh, thank you.
So that is
Why
true.
didn't you say that at the beginning?
I don't think you'd need it. I thought you guys passed AP US A-Push. I thought y'all passed A-Push.
What American citizen can name every single president?
I know one.
I bet my mom could. We used to have a placemat with like a lot of the presidents back in like the 2000s. And I looked at that placemat almost every day, and I still couldn't tell you more than
Could you name
5.
10 presidents? Name as many presidents as you can.
I mean, 10 is not that bad.
George Washington.
That I have resonated with
Let
so
her
strongly.
finish,
Hey, Sean, like, it's not all about you.
Stab you, Allie.
Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush.
Washington.
Bush too.
And Washington. Is that 5 or
That's
6?
Start over.
Andrew Jackson. Andrew Johnson. Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
And FDR. That's 10. I might be able
Keep
to
going. Keep going. It's like a bear.
What's the fat one?
Taft.
Taft. I couldn't name him.
Rutherford B. Hayes.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah.
William
James
McKinley.
Meredith.
I don't know who either of those are.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Who's the peanut farmer? What's his name?
Did no one say Thomas Jefferson?
Oh, Thomas Jefferson.
Benjamin Franklin.
What's the peanut farmer's name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's still alive.
Reagan, Nixon.
Nixon.
Both Roosevelts.
Gerald Ford.
There's too many.
Another Bush number 1.
Well, I said 2 Bushes earlier.
Bushes, yeah.
Yeah. Did we say Trump?
I did.
Okay.
I went backwards through the ones.
Did we say Ron DeSantis? All right. I'll tell you the explanation for number 3, which is in the United States, the average number of guests at Thanksgiving dinner is 10 people. You already said Clinton. Hillary Clinton.
Jimmy Carter. That's the peanut guy.
He's a peanut farmer?
Allegedly.
So, guys, y'all are going to love the explanation for this one. In the United States, the average number of guests at a Thanksgiving dinner is 10 people. Thanksgiving is a holiday which often includes a feast where families join together to give thanks for one's blessings.
So I genuinely have no clue for this one.
How big are y'all's Thanksgivings?
Bigger than, well, I guess one side's usually
He's trying to throw us off the truth.
I think it's the 3 turkeys.
Really?
I will follow Talia's suit.
Why?
I definitely don't think it's the 3 turkeys, and maybe I'll eat my hat on that one. But
I thought you were about to say
eat my hat. Me too.
That's an old saying. I'm old, guys. Okay.
So old.
I'm a whole year older than most of you.
Not me, baby. Not me.
I didn't have a response to that, so I just made a noise.
I could tell.
Yeah, if that wasn't clear. So wait, what was the second one? Andrew
Johnson. I don't remember the rest.
Yeah, he was the one who made Thanksgiving a holiday. I'm going to say that's a no. I'm going with 10. I feel like that's high, but I'm going with it.
I feel like it's not too high because if it's an average, some people have huge Thanksgivings and then some people have really teeny tiny Thanksgivings. Some people don't celebrate Thanksgiving and some people have 10.
All good points.
I'm going with that one.
But I still think it's 3 turkeys.
So Sean says 10 guests. Allie says turkey. All right. Well, I can let you know that Lincoln was still president in 1863 because he was killed in 1865. Therefore, that would make him the president to declare.
I would not have known that.
We should have known that.
I didn't know that. And guess what? I just Googled it so I could tell y'all. So actually, Lincoln was the one to declare Thanksgiving a national holiday.
No, didn't you lie in the explanation?
Nope. I said this declaration was made on October 3rd, 1863, and Andrew Johnson was vice president to Lincoln. So I didn't lie.
I didn't pay attention to that at all.
Yeah, well, I listened to half that prompt.
Yeah.
So good thing it wasn't right.
So I'll let you know that in the United States, there's a turkey in the state of Texas, Arizona, Louisiana, and North Carolina.
No! Dang it.
So according to the website I got my information from, the average number of guests in the United States, obviously, at a Thanksgiving dinner is 10.
Fuck yeah.
Sad.
But
Sean, I hope you choke on your turkey and die.
Yeah, go eat some ham, loser.
Because I love my wife, I'm going to say that's probably fake. And I'm going to actually give the victory to Talia and Allie there. So Talia and Allie, you win.
What the actual fuck just happened?
Oh, wife card.
Yep. All right. Sorry, Sean. You lose.
No, I definitely won.
Nope. I'm in charge here, and
he's in denial.
Guess what? Like, you would understand if you loved your wife, but you don't have one.
You didn't even have the balls to guess your own guess. You're like, I'm gonna follow whatever Talia says
because she's usually right.
Was she this
it's
time?
My moral compass.
She wasn't this time.
Who won? Talia.
Exactly.
Who's the judge? Who's the judge?
Tony, you got to read the room.
Her husband.
Play to your strength. I know.
No. Look, history will remember the truth. History leans towards justice.
Hey, we could remember history.
Like I said, justice.
Everything you just said is
it leans toward justice and justice.
Justice.
And liberty for all. There is, if you've forgotten, there is another round of Scattered Truth coming up right now. Fact number 1. The first widely recorded use of the word Friendsgiving was in 2009.
Seems late.
Late? I thought that sounded early.
It's late.
It is a rather new trend. Fact number 2. Thomas Jefferson wanted turkeys to be the national bird rather than the bald eagle.
That's true.
I know that's at least partially
Common
true.
TJL.
Fact number 3. Jingle Bells was originally a Thanksgiving song.
Jingle bells.
The other way.
Jingle Bells was actually originally a Thanksgiving song. Yes. Actually.
In case you didn't know.
None of you should go into
Yeah, Tony, we're at the bottom of the list again.
Yeah. Definitely at the bottom.
Because we like to have fun at the bottom of the list. We're not losers.
I don't think that's a Thanksgiving song.
Dashing through the snow in a one horse open sleigh. Over
the hills we go.
Laughing all the way.
Bells on bobtails ring. Ringing spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to ride in a one horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one horse open sleigh.
That was a crazy mashup. I'll be honest.
Dashing through the snow on a pair of broken skis. Over the hills we go, crashing through the trees. Everything looks red. I think I might be dead. All I know is that I have 10 stitches in my head. Oh, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin later day. The Batmobile lost the wheels, the Joker got away. Hey, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin later day. The Batmobile lost the wheels, the Joker got away.
Regardless, I think that's wrong. So I'm interested in the first two.
Interesting.
I think the Thomas Jefferson one's right from my recollection.
That's my guess. No explanation.
You don't want any
explanations?
explanations?
You guys.
Locked in.
So I don't think Jingle Bells was really a Thanksgiving song. What the hell were the other two facts?
The first widely recorded use of the word widely recorded use of the word Friendsgiving was in 2009.
I'm picking up on a hint.
Okay.
2009 seems too early because
did they not have Friendsgiving in Friends?
I think that's false.
Is there Friendsgiving?
No, they had Thanksgiving. They don't call
not
it
Friendsgiving.
I'll vote for TJ.
And then Thomas Jefferson wanted turkey. You don't want any explanations?
No.
Nope. We feel good about this one.
TJ.
That was the name of my cat.
He had one
You're
ball
all going
until he had another one. Tell us we're right, Tony.
So,
and if we're not, give us an explanation on the two of them.
Yes.
So I'll tell you that fact number one was going based off of the fact that Friendsgiving originally started widely as a Twitter trend, but it was actually in 2007, not 2009.
Yeah.
Really? It was that early?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I gotta say that although there was somebody who wanted turkeys to be the national rather than the bald eagle, you idiots, it wasn't Thomas Jefferson. It was Benjamin Franklin.
Boo!
Booey.
Dude.
He wasn't even a president.
Benny Frank.
Got our ass.
So
Benny
I gotta
Frank.
say that Jingle Bells was originally titled One Horse Open Sleigh. And the composer really wanted it to be a Thanksgiving Day song.
Why?
But it became super popular around Christmas, and he changed the name to Jingle Bells in 1859. So you guys just suck at this game. Y'all
it doesn't sound like a Thanksgiving song.
Right.
It was 1859, dude. They had different culture back then, and so your perception of what sounds like Thanksgiving and Christmas is completely different. But clearly you were right because they changed it, and the guy was wrong, and everybody thought it. Oh no, I'm going to listen to it on Christmas instead, so it became a Christmas song instead of a Thanksgiving Day song. But I will say that as a husband, I do feel kind of bad for tricking Talia with that one, that I'm going to award her a point anyways. So she's 2 for 2 this episode. Let's go. Allie has 1 point. Sean has 0. Let's go.
Fuck you guys. Justice. History
Talia.
swings in the way of justice. So
it feels great to win this episode. I've never been prouder to have gotten 2 out of 2 points this year. Probably my crowning achievement of this year. I'd like to thank
That's 2 episodes in a row that you got 2 for 2.
Thank you. I'd like to thank...
Oh, they're playing you off, Talia. Get the fuck off the stage. You're being too long. You know?
Do you want me to punch you in the face, Sean?
Do you want me to punch you in the face for my wife, Sean?
Interesting. It'd be good content.
March
so maybe
23rd,
yes.
you're getting punched.
March 23rd. also known as the March 23rd, 2012, is when the first Hunger Games movie came out.
Also known as the incident of March 23rd.
Also known as when the Scattercast is having a reunion. Yay!
Well, yeah, that's why, and we're going to cause an incident.
Anyways, what are your guys' Thanksgiving plans? So we already said we're hosting Thanksgiving. It's going to be great. Our first Thanksgiving as a married couple.
I'm making corn pudding, corn casserole. I'm making one of the corns.
Two completely different things.
Oh my gosh. I remember this bullshit. Oh God. You got... Sean, do you know they had this fucking feud over corn pudding and corn casserole? And they were actually upset at each other about it?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Friendship almost ended.
Things are.
The only reason we're still friends is because Talia was nice enough to apologize, even though I was wrong.
It's because I didn't care enough.
Yo, I heard about this shit. And wow, dude.
Dude, that's insane.
That's how you know Talia is a better friend.
Allie dropped to the bottom of this.
That was before we knew you, Sean, I think.
Yeah, better times.
Because it happened with Jordan.
Well, tell us what happened.
Jordan was there when it started.
Tell us what happened.
Really?
I think so.
Tell us what happened.
What did happen?
I don't remember.
Well, what was the argument about?
I think I was talking about how my aunt makes this like really good corn casserole.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, corn pudding or something? I was like, corn pudding? No, corn casserole.
It's like bags and cornhole.
Yeah, and she was like, aren't they the same thing? I'm like, no, they're not the same thing. It's not fucking pudding. Because I didn't know that like bread pudding was a thing. I hadn't been introduced to that yet. So I thought it was like corn in pudding. And then you were like, no, it sounds like the same thing. And I'm like,
Allie, it sounds like you've been introduced to a lot of new foods since meeting
Tony.
Talia. I've introduced you to a lot of new foods.
Milkshakes.
Oh my God.
Any good Italian food you've had has only been because of me. And I introduced all that to you. So.
I had been to Italy.
Doesn't mean you had good food.
I had carbonara.
It doesn't mean that you had food that I approved of.
In Rome.
And Talia, how many Venetian dishes have I introduced you to?
A lot, that's fair.
Okay.
You've introduced me to a lot of Venetian dishes.
Yes.
But I've introduced him to milkshakes.
Have you liked them all?
Yes.
Milkshakes is big. That's
mostly.
Mostly.
That's a big one.
Be real.
Do y'all like seafood?
Do I like seafood?
Yeah.
I love seafood.
Okay. Well, Venice is the place to go. More reason to go. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. The seafood,
dude, I'm
best
telling
in the
you,
world.
Tony, don't tempt me with a good time. I will go.
Dude,
tempt me with
Sean,
a good time.
I'm going to tempt you with a good time on March 23rd.
All right.
Wait a
By
second.
coming to hang out with you.
I'm receptive. Oh.
What? You don't want me to come hang out?
He was more excited. He thought it was something else.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to give you a
That's cool
blowjob.
too.
I'm sorry.
Actually, what I thought you said was making out with you.
No. I'm sorry, dude.
That's
I'm
my
married. I
reaction.
can't make out with you.
Can I watch?
Yeah. No,
My hall pass is Mateo, so.
And mine's Allie. So.
that's fair. Dude, I'm just out here. That sucks.
Find your own hall pass,
Anyway,
Sean.
my Thanksgiving plans are, like most years, I'm just going home, just me and my parents. We're going to cook a bunch of food, and we're going to watch probably a bunch of Thanksgiving episodes of Friends and the Thanksgiving episode of WKRP in Cincinnati, because that's our ritual. And we're going to eat some food and hang out. Super low key. I'm excited to see my parents and see my cats.
Thanks for listening to this episode, which was episode 9, by the way, of the Scattercast. Today we got to have some friends on. We'd love to have some friends on again in the future. It's been great. This was our Friendsgiving episode of the Scattercast, which was, again, episode number 9. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Make sure to check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all at the same time at the Scattercast. I've been your host for this episode, Tony. This is my wife.
Talia.
This is not my wife.
Sean.
This is also not my wife.
Allie.
This is not my husband.
Sean.
This is also not my husband.
Allie.
There you go. Let's go. That's our new outro. Okay, no, it's not.
Everybody has to be related to you, huh? It's all about you.
So when I host, it'll just be, this is not my wife. This is not my wife. This is not my husband. This is not my husband. This is not my wife.
Scattercast! Dashing through the snow on a pair of broken skis. Over the hills we go, crashing through the trees. Everything looks red. I think I might be dead. All I know is that I have 10 stitches in my head. Oh, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Batmobile lost the wheels, the Joker got away. Hey! Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Batmobile lost the wheels, the Joker got away. Ah!
Bells on bobtails ring, ba-ba-da. Evening spirits drop. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Thanks. Calculated. For listening to the Scattercast.